What's up, guys? 415 Yanisin. This is a one-off part of the 415 series. We are going to be focused on the character of Yanisin, one of the doctor's assistants within the asylum there, where Joan is trapped, and we're going to just kind of see what his life's all about. But before I get going, guys, if you would, subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you would. I would certainly appreciate that. So let's go ahead and just get on into it now that we have that out of the way. So our story opens up and we have Yanisin just sitting there drinking, kind of reflecting on his past life, where he used to be like a great surgeon at like a prestigious hospital. So for MCU fans, go ahead and just kind of think of like Doctor Strange before his car accident. And then we find out he starts losing patients. And he is ultimately let go because he's losing too many of them. And over procedures that maybe he shouldn't be losing them on. And as these things start to devolve here, we start to see he has like a murderous streak to him. Like he starts thinking about hurting some of his colleagues, and also starts to, cut himself, hurt himself, and do things like that. And all of these things ultimately also lead to him being separated and divorced from his wife. One day while Yanisin's at the bar, his brother, Butcher, comes over and approaches him with a job opportunity so long as he can still remove things without damaging them. Now, this kind of pisses off Yanisin and he's offended, so he takes a swing at his brother. He misses and hits a guy behind Butcher, and this starts an all-out bar fight, which ultimately gets Yanisin his ass handed to him. Afterwards, his brother approaches him again and tells him, hey, let me know if you change your mind. So after refusing the job from Butcher, to make ends meet and get by, he takes on some back alley jobs, things that just don't require a medical license or aren't going to be noting him as a worker. He does make good money with it, and ultimately it brings him to meet Mary, who becomes basically like the love of his life. And unfortunately, Mary falls ill, and we find that she needs a liver and a kidney. This is especially crappy for her because that kind of puts her at the bottom of both lists. And so, without being able to pull any strings around town, he has to go back to his brother and take the job opportunity. However, this comes with a test. Butcher's test is for Yanisin to surgically remove organs from a still alive and awake patient to see if he can even handle this job. So Yanisin proceeds. He passes the test with flying colors. He gets everything. He is awarded the organs needed to save Mary. He calls in some favors now. I would love to know how that phone call went. Like, hey, I got these organs. Can you throw them in, my girlfriend, wife, whatever? I would love to be a fly on the wall for that one. But, he's able to call some favors in and save Mary. Mary is alive and well. And Yanisin is kind of enjoying his new line of work. That is until one day Mary discovers a box with trophies in there. Yanisin doesn't hide what he's doing. He tells her honestly, so, I guess good on him. Mary's next and probably more obvious question is, did anybody die to save her? For which he replies, yes, that was my first person. Mary is obviously disgusted by this news, and she leaves. Good on Mary. Yanisin tries to find her and cannot. He then kind of reflects back on his life and what he's doing with it, but finds that he's enjoying himself too much to stop, even if that does mean losing the love of his life. And that's where we close out. Alright, so some of the things I like, and things that maybe I felt could have used some work. I'm really happy to find out that we know a little bit more about Yanisin. We in the normal story arc, we learn more about Butcher, and we've gotten to see like little glimpses of Yanisin. And I think that this gives us a better idea as to why he's able to kind of at least earn the respect of Butcher, if not be able to control him. And what his importance is at the asylum. So it looks like he is the harvester of sorts. From my understanding, I feel like this is kind of a realistic approach to how a person can drop into these more psychotic levels. It didn't just happen all at once. It got there gradually. Like, he denied the offer. He was looking to help. He was just having a rough way of things because it looked like he was battling some alcoholism. But once he got a taste of what he was doing with Butcher, he finds that he likes it. So I can, and he did it initially to save the love of his life. So I can see somebody being desperate enough to want to do some crazy stuff, but then, you find that he starts to like what he's doing. And I did feel like at times he was kind of sympathetic. You imagine your loved one, you can't do anything for them, you would do anything for them, and, I can be sympathetic there. I haven't had to experience that, fortunately, but I would like to think most of us would, try to do anything we could for those that we love. So I can get in on that. It's not really much in the way that I would work on. Everything seemed to be coherent enough and still fit in with the main series, so I have no real nitpicks or anything like that. It is short and sweet, but I'm not worried about it there because we're just getting more information on the character and not really focused too much on the main storyline. We're just getting a little bit for Yanisin and even just a touch for Mary, and we're starting to understand why those two have a history together. But this one gets a thumbs up, like the rest of the books. I would recommend that you read the rest of the story before just jumping into this one, but I do think that it would stand alone pretty good on its own. So I will provide a link in the description as to where you can purchase these books. And I think if you're looking for something American Psycho-like, you should like this. I know I'm a fan of both the movie American Psycho, and so far I'm a pretty big fan of the 415 series. But that's all I got for today, guys. So if you would, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. I would certainly appreciate it. But for now, I'm going to just say thank you for your view. Take care, and God bless.